He had me insane.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Tell me something.
You know, if you look, the camera angle.
Okay. All right, it's rolling.
Okay. Hi, Jim. Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, you know, the property is about 50,000 square feet. Okay. It has a building on of 24,000 square feet with 16-foot clear ceiling height. There's 3 truck docks on 4,800 square feet of offices, and it's got a purchase price of $4,600,000. Yeah. Well, it's a pretty special property. It's got a lot of interior special design features and a lot of special amenities. Yeah. Well, it's got some freezer, some cooler, some blast freezer. Yeah. Well, it's a pretty good property. I think we should see it, and I think what we should do is make an appointment to, at your convenience, come on down, take a look at it, and as you know, you assigned me the responsibilities of looking for you, and after much consideration, this looks like it's one of the properties that meets your criteria very well. Right.
Sold. Okay.
Bye-bye. You want to do it?
Oh, you want to hear a beep or something like that?
Oh, there you go, yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me just put my alert on. Okay. Hi, Jim. Yeah, I wanted to call you because I think I found the property for you. Yeah, it's on the northwest suburbs. It's a 114,000 square foot building, right? And it's quite a good property. It's on about 200,000 square feet of land. It's rail served. There's one inside rail dock and one outside rail dock. Right. And it's got about 24,000 square feet of offices, just exactly what you're looking for. Yeah. And it's quite well designed. It's well laid out. And part of the present offices are showrooms for their product line, the present occupants' product line. And they really have it dressed up really nice. The ceiling height in the warehouse is 18 feet clear. Right. Gas-fired heat. It's a boiler. Right. And it's got 4,000 amps of power, so it can handle your manufacturing capacity too. Yeah. Well, I think what we should do is probably make an appointment to come on out and take a look at it, at your convenience, when you're in town. Yeah. Next week. Would Thursday be okay? Wednesday. Okay. Wednesday at 10 o'clock, say? All right. I'll pick you up at the airport, and I'll drive you out. It's not too far. It's in Elk Grove Village. Right. It's a good property, and I think it meets all your criteria. All right. Fine. Good enough. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Beautiful.
Okay, rotate. Here we go. And go.
Okay, how you doing today, Ryan?
Fine.
That's good. How was school?
Fine.
Did you learn anything today?
Yes.
What did you learn?
Math.
Math. Holy smoke, how you want your haircut today? Center part?
Yeah.
A little bit off the top?
Mm-hmm.
How about size? Just covering the top of the ear?
Yeah.
Okay. Little combs. I got a big question, guys. What do I do? Because we don't use this in Michigan. Do I have to rinse this comb off?
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Speed down in here. And then when he picks it up, go with him back to the chair.
Okay.
All set?
All set.
Go.
Okay. So we'll take a little off the top today, huh, Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, buddy. Hair's so dry, it's flyaway today. Call the berries, huh?
No.
Oh, boy, that's terrible. Play any sports in school?
No.
Don't you? How about Little League?
Played that last year.
Did you? What position?
Outfield.
Outfield? That's a pretty good position to play. I was always a tremendous baseball player myself.
Okay.
Did it, so let me just even it off. There. Man, wait till your girlfriend sees you tomorrow. She's not gonna know you. Got a girlfriend at school?
Yeah.
Yeah. What grade are you in?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Got a girlfriend already, huh? A fast worker.
Rolling. Rolling. Okay, and go.
Hi, Fred. I got a good Irish story for you. It seems that O'Toole is going to the doctor for a physical examination, you see. So after the doc checks him out, he says, "You know, Pat, for a man of 60 years old, you're in fantastic physical condition." He says, "Did I say I was 60 years old?" He says, "I'm 84 years old, never been sick a day in my life." He's outstanding. He says, "What about your father? Before he died, was he a healthy man?" He says, "Did I say my father passed away?" He says, "My father's 104 years old, still works every day of the week." He says, "Unbelievable. What about your grandfather? Before he passed away, was he a healthy man?" He says, "Did I say my grandfather passed away?" "My grandfather's 124 years old. In fact, he's getting married Wednesday." He said, "Why would a guy of 124 years old want to get married?" He says, "Did I say he wanted to get married?" I'm done.
Like the corners of my mind, misty watercolored memories of the way we were, the way we were. Scattered pictures of the smiles we left behind. Smiles we gave to one another for the way we were, the way we were. Can it be that was all so simple then, or has time rewritten every line? What's too painful to remember, we simply choose to forget. So it's the laughter we will remember, whatever we remember, the way we were, the lovely way we
This thing explodes in coals.
Why don't we do some, that sounded high.
Yeah. Was that pitch? Did we stay on pitch?
No, we stay on pitch, but
That's the
I
problem.
just wondered if we should drop, let's sing something easier and drop it, or...
What about whatever happened to the old songs or something like that? That might be, I don't know. Or will that be in the show?
It's on the show.
Yeah.
I don't care.
That's right, done.
You want it down, did you say?
Well, I
Not gonna be
just,
See, I'm
taking the
still getting
show,
over
so it
that
doesn't
thing
matter.
from a week ago.
Put it down there.
I really...
how you feeling?
Well, it's fine, but I don't have the control.
bring back those good old songs, 'cause I wanna hear 'em again. Bum 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 bum. Whatever happened to the old songs my mother sang to me? I wish someone would bring 'em back so we could sing 'em like we did when we were 3. Whatever happened to the old songs? Sure you hear 'em now and then, but they don't play enough of 'em. We really love 'em, wanna bring 'em back again. Whatever happened to those mammy songs? And what about Sweet Adeline? I wish someone would croon Shine on Harvest Moon. And that good old gang of mine. And there was, yes sir, that's my baby, no sir, don't mean maybe, yes sir, that's my baby now. Yes ma'am, we've decided, no ma'am, we won't hide it, yes sir, that's my baby now. Whatever happened to the old songs, how they sang 'em way back when, but they don't play enough of 'em. We really love 'em, wanna bring 'em back. It would make me so glad to sing about that girl who married dear old dad. Bring 'em back again. We wanna hear 'em
But you... Right pitch, huh? That's amazing.
Gets the cobs out.
How about,
How's sound levels on something
yeah,
like
we
that?
checking?
Fantastic.
You know, every
Song.
If we get started, it ain't gonna be fire then.
All we gotta do is bring up money.
Run money. All you guys always picking on me for the money. Oh,
yeah.
No. One of the things that we could do here, since this is a controlled atmosphere, and the other one will not be, is perhaps, if the other one doesn't work out, it would be nice to have an entertainment element that we could just develop here. And so that means like taking one song and singing it a few times so we can get a master.
Practice mode.
Will we be standing in a circle like working out, or will we?
You want us to open
So we
face
normally
the
stand
camera,
in a circle facing each other
facing
and
each
work
other, and then like the camera could
when we're practicing.
go around us, but he's fixed, so I don't know.
Well, we're gonna, once we decide with your
With the pipe.
On this particular song?
yeah, or whatever it is.
Wrong pitch?
Yeah, that's no good.
Keep hunting, it's on there.
Okay.
One town that won't let you down, Chicago, that's my hometown. Chicago, Chicago, that town, Chicago, Chicago, I'll show you around. I'll show you around. Bet your bottom dollar you lose the blues in Chicago, Chicago. Folks who visit all wanna settle down, settle down on State Street, that great street. I just wanna say they do things they don't do on Broadway. I'm here to say that you'll have the time of your life. Bring all your friends, your kids, and your wife to Chicago, Chicago, my hometown. Yes, sir, that's my kind of town. Chicago is my kind of town. Chicago is my kind of people too. People who smile at you, and each time I roam, Chicago is calling me home. Chicago is one town that won't let you down. It's my kind of toddling town. Bet your bottom dollar you'll lose the blues, so relax, enjoy Chicago news from the windy. It's our home. Yes, our
Great.
Okay. No. Ready? Yeah.
One town that won't let you down, Chicago, that's my hometown. Chicago, Chicago, that town, Chicago, Chicago. I'll show you around. I'll show you around. Bet your bottom dollar you lose the blues in Chicago, Chicago. Folks who visit all wanna settle down, settle down on State Street, that great street. I just wanna say they do things they don't do on Broadway. I'm here to say that you'll have the time of your life. Bring all your friends, your kids, and your wife to Chicago, Chicago, my hometown. Yes, sir, that's my kind of town. Chicago is my kind of town. Chicago is my kind of people too. People who smile at you, and each time I roam, Chicago is calling me home. Chicago is one town that won't let you down. It's my kind of toddling town. Bet your bottom dollar you lose the blues, so relax, enjoy Chicago news from the windy. It's our home. Yes, our hometown.
Where was it at? Madison. Madison, Wisconsin?
Addison.
Oh, Addison, Illinois?
Yeah.
That's right down the road from where I live. I live in Bartlett.
Do you?
Yeah.
You never heard of Stadium?
No, I'm sorry.
Really? Asked me if I wanted to take a direction, and I said, that'd be interesting. So I got back into the swing of it, and it was kind of a quartet, so we started competing, and the first year we came in 8th place, and then
Okay, Carmen's on it,
You dirty dog. You want to lay that one on me, huh?
I'll tell you.
Hey, good to see you. You doing any singing anymore?
Oh, yes.
Huh? Well, you good with a quartet yet?
Oh, yeah.
It'd be good to see you.
Are you guys here?
Yes, we are.
You're going to open this thing, you know?
Yes, we are.
Can you do it right now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, Stivers isn't here. I'll announce you.
I think we're all set, yeah. Sorry about that.
He sounded good.
Okay, thank you. You find him? Huh? Maybe they went back. Okay, thank you. Howdy. Good to see you.
you're a businessman away from, are you on again?
Would you mind telling
Am I
Could you tell that same story again, please?
Hey, please. Second, first. Bingo.
I have a similar story. My sister and I went on the road. Almost got hit by a truck.
What I want to know is, did you guys pick up an album?
Yeah. No, we tried to. We tried to. When somebody was looking.
I feel the sun coming on. It's a melody full of the laughter of children out after the rain. You'll hear a tuneful story ringing through your loving glory. Hallelujah. And now that my troubles are gone, that my troubles are gone, that those heavenly drums are drumming. Cause I hear a song coming on, coming on. Thank you, Maureen. That was a...
How you doing, Jim? We got money? What's that for the bounce, is it? Good, thank you.
I'll tell you where it is. It's over there, laying on the
Status.
Oh no, the camera.
Great, I'm doing a thing. I don't know. I know. We're on now. What are we yelling about? Bring back those good thoughts, good old days.
We're singing, hi neighbor, what do you know and what do you say? Hi neighbor, throw your worries away. To entertain you in that barbershop style. So throw your cares and troubles aside for a while. We're singing, hi neighbor, my neighbor. Now's the time to say hi. Now's the time to say hi.
reception room, see, and one of them had a hearing aid, and the hearing aid was hanging out of her ear going... Yeah, you did. But it only works once. Now, I'm going to tell you another way that'll work more than once. If you go...
Got it or not? Lost it.
Ready? Go! Oh, the curtain lights, this is it, the night of nights. No more rehearsing and nursing apart, we know every part by heart. Oh, the curtain lights, this is it, we'll hit the heights, and oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you so much for attending the Afterglow. We're Chicago News, and we're going to sing some good old barbershop harmony for you. So sit back, relax, and we're going to entertain you in the Chicago News style.
Oh, the curtain lights, this is it, we'll hit the heights, and oh, what heights we'll hit, so on with the show tonight. Memories like the corners of my mind, misty watercolor memories of the way we were, the way we were. Scattered pictures of the smiles we left behind, smiles we gave to one another for the way we were, the way we were. Can it be that it was all so simple then, or has time rewritten every line? If we had a chance to do it all again, tell me, would we, could we, memories may be beautiful and yet what's too painful to remember, we simply choose to forget. So is the laughter we will remember whenever we remember the way we were. The lovely way.
Good group. I see the whole gang come over from across the street for it, you see, and he forgot his attaché case, so he calls home. See, and he calls home, and Maudie is his maid, you see. So Maudie answered the phone and says, yeah, what do you want? He says, you know, I left my attaché case, and it's in my den. Would you go in and get it? He says, I can't go in there. Your wife's in there with your best friend, and they're hugging and they're kissing. He says, you know where my gun is? And she says, I sure do. You go get my gun and shoot them both. She says, I don't think I can do that. I'll get in trouble. She says, you won't get in trouble. She says, well, okay. Sets the phone down, you know. Pretty soon here, comes back. Well, I shot them both. He said, good now. Throw the gun in the pool. He said, pool? We don't have any pool. He says, is this 864
Together wherever we go, wherever we go, whatever we do, we're gonna go through it together. We may not go far, but sure as a star, wherever we are, it's together. Wherever I go, I know he goes. Wherever I go, I know he goes. No fits, no fights, no feuds, and no egos. Amigos,
amigos,
forget it.
Forget it?
Through thick and through thin, all out or all in. And whether it's win, place, or show, with me for you and you for me, we'll muddle through whatever we do together. Wherever we go, it's just the three of us. That's really where the talent lies in three of us. Our songs are just as good with three, bass, Barry, and lead. Are all that we need for the sound. Why keep him around with only three of us? We'll be better off than before. What's more, with three of us, expenses will be cheaper with just three of us. Just think of it, a three-way split is better than four. There's quite a bit more we can share without him in our hair. And here's the best of all, we won't hear him snore anymore. Now wait just a minute, let's not do it just yet. Can they sound that much better than a good quartet? And if we double-henders here, I can tell you this, we'll have to stop singing barbershop, just think what we'll miss. The four of us, I guess we'll have to keep it as the four of us. And though he's kinda goofy and his actions are we'll never exchange him, I guess. Though he's got no finesse, we've come to realize we're a whole lot better with four. And so, through thick and through thin, all out or all in, and whether it's win, place, or show, with me for you and you for me, we'll muddle through whatever we do together, wherever we go. Together, wherever we go, wherever we go.
Nobody would be here.
Nobody would be here?
Yeah, he used to own this place, but he sold it.
To who?
Yeah, before that, nobody owned it.
Nobody owned it. Everybody's married.
Yeah, everybody got divorced because somebody was always at the ball game.
With who?
Every night.
No.
But nobody's sweetheart now. You know what I mean?
No.
You will.
I don't see how.
Oh, you won't see how. He owes everybody money.
You who and Lou who?
And two brothers.
Two brothers.
Wahoo and
Oh,
Stop.
now stop. Let me get this. Okay. Let me get this straight now. Who's at the ball game with
Somebody.
How owes money to?
Everybody.
Everybody is.
Nobody's sweetheart now. Why don't you fix me a drink then?
Okay, fine.
I'll have a very, very dry martini, 60 to 1.
60 to 1.
Right.
How would you? Yeah, what was that?
No.
The Rangers.
No.
What branch of service were you in? Was you in?
Naval Air Force.
The Naval Air Force? Well, what's so tough about being in the Naval Air Force?
Have you ever tried forcing air through your navel? I'll see you later.
Get out of here, will you? We just sang a medley of love songs when we were on the road, my brother and I, in a nightclub act. We had this in our show, and I asked him if he'd put it together in a barbershop arrangement for us, and this is what turned out.
Now and forever.
carpet commercials. Lynn Halder. Lynn, take a bow.
I'm gonna hop right on an aeroplane that's bound for Dixieland. Tomorrow, tomorrow, how happy I will be. Tomorrow, tomorrow, back on my memory's knee. Oh, gee, what a great delight when I get up the milky side. What a fuzzy old cat sneaking from the stable, licking up milk on the kitchen table. I know tomorrow a pair of loving arms will hold me, enfold me as of yore. Somehow I just can't wait for the train. I'll hop right on an aeroplane and be in my tomorrow.
West time.
You got about 2 other quartets still.
Don't sing anymore?
We'll do one more number for you. Okay, we like to feature Greg. Greg has a little bit of a cold he's trying to get over, so we didn't sing it in the show, but
No excuses.
it's a beautiful ballad from Dr. Dolittle, When I Look in Your Eyes.
Those eyes so how I know the world your eyes reveal. When the deepest the love I feel you feel for me. Autumn come, summer dies. I see the passing of the years in your eyes, and when we part there'll be no tears, no goodbyes. I'll just look into your eyes. Blue eyes, no warm soul. Now I know your eyes reveal all the world your eyes my, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine headed my way. Zippity-doo-dah, zipper's the truth and sexual. Everything is satisfactual. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Wonderful feeling. This is a wonderful There a rose found withered and dying, and oh, love in pain, this rose was sad. Only clouds in the skies above. Say that you will.
Several years ago, and it's a song that was made famous by a quartet called the Peerless Quartet. Now this is back in the age of the Peerless Quartet. He was 20 and this quartet sang the song, had a great grand success with it. It's a great number, it's entitled Bye Bye Blackbird.
A funny bird started talking to me.
Stop the dog from barking. The leaf.
Go like this.
Somebody killed the dog.
Oh,
Here we go. Ready? On the light shot.
got it.
And go.
Oh, goodbye, my Coney Island baby. Farewell, my own true love, true love. I'm gonna go away and leave you, never to see you any, never gonna see you any. I'm gonna sail upon that ferry boat, never to return again. So goodbye, farewell.
Not so long a forever.
Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Bye, my Coney Island, baby.
Okay, we're ready.
Hang on just a second. Is that light?
Yeah.
Okay.
You sing the same song?
Al?
Eventually have to walk into it,
We
unfortunately.
gonna sing the same song, or?
Oh, no. Okay, and go.
Oh, goodbye, my Coney Island baby. Farewell, my own true love, true love. I'm gonna go away and leave you, never to see you any, never gonna see you any. I'm gonna sail upon that ferry boat, never to return again. So goodbye, farewell.
I so long forever.
Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Bye, my Coney Island.
Now, first of all, we got a pre-bill over this thing.
4:30. Right, 4:30. However, we got a sound check. I'm bringing the equipment over there. I called the head of the stage crew there and told him we're coming in. He says their first call is for 4 o'clock. I said we'll be there about 4:15. Okay. And we'll bring sound equipment. We'll set it up. We'll test it. If we can get the Ramblers over there, which they'll be at that party across the street, we ought to impose upon them to come on over to try it out because they're going to be using it too. Okay. You know. Then we can sit out and listen to it. Yeah. And see how into it.
Are we gonna make a sound check prior to going over? You think?
I told Dick Robbins. In fact, Bill. What was his name?
Fitzgerald?
No.
Anyway.
Wanted us to go to this little pre-bowl dinner. I said, hey, what time is it? He says 4:30. I said, well, we got a sound check at 4 o'clock. I don't know how we can be 2 places at once. So I said, you understand that the most important thing is to get the sound right. He said, well, I understand. So I told him, we'll be at the sound check and then we'll come over there as soon as we're through. It shouldn't take more than a half an hour. All right. And then we'll go over there.
Let's drag the other quartet over then, so that we can get the sound check right.
Linda's going over this there, isn't she? And Cindy going over it?
Yeah.
I think Sharon's going now too.
Okay.
How do I get there?
Okay.
That's a good question.
Most important. We drive to Chicago. I know that.
You can't get there from here, Vic.
Okay, off Dan Ryan. How do I get there?
Take the Congress Expressway. It's right on Congress and Michigan Avenue. It's the
Dan Ryan
corner
North,
of Congress and Michigan.
East. Okay. Toward the lake.
Yeah, he's in our
Michigan. Right there at Michigan.
Corner. It is the northwest corner.
Okay. So pull in the parking lot there.
Right.
Just before the hotel. Just before Michigan Avenue, there's a parking lot.
I called.
It's about 150 car clubs.
Okay.
Intermission.
Gordon. Hey, I called, there's this guy who holds the concessions there at the show every year, and you got to call him to get your things. So I know. Al Rubin's name. I called him, and we've got it all set up. So we're going to have a table, hopefully, on every lobby level with our stuff on it. So that should sort of serve that purpose.
Just bring the tapes and albums when we're making the sound check, and just let them put it in the ticket booth or something.
When we bring them, when we make the sound check, then they put them in the ticket booth.
That's a good idea, right? You come up with it.
I don't think that, you know what I'd like better? Bring them when we have the sound check, is what I'd like to do.
Hey, what do you think, Butch?
I'm not bringing them. How many do you think we should bring? Okay,
100 of each.
Let me say this. I called Dick Robbins and asked him what the attendance is going to be. It's about, he expects it to be sold out. There's about 2,600 seats sold now. There's only 3,300 available in the auditorium itself. Okay, I thought it was larger than that, but I was surprised to hear there's only 3. But I guess there's a lot of bad seats because pillars, and the gallery is 300 seats that nobody uses because it's so high. But there's about 3,300.
Fly underneath you.
Yeah. Tower clear. But so I think we could.
Wouldn't hurt to bring 100 each. We're low.
But we did our second album sells better than that first one because we've been at that show.
A lot of barbershoppers don't have the.
And the tapes are now. The tapes.
Okay, that's good, Hal. That's good for us.
Kind of focus on one person at a time, but if somebody else wants to talk, feel free to, and we'll just move the camera around.
Okay.
Why doesn't somebody just tell me how long you've been together and how you guys came together in the first place?
Go ahead, Butch.
Well, we started in August of 1978.
Hold on, wait.
You broke the damn machine, Butch.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
Gold.
All right. Just don't close your legs, please.
Talk about a pocket
Maybe you should.
Look at the clock.
He'll do that.
Yeah. Love charade.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
When did you guys come together and how and why? How did it
Well,
happen?
we've been together since August of 1978. And how we got together is a mystery to me. No, we had all sung in quartets previously, and we were all without a quartet at the present time. The quartet that I was with, one of our members moved away. Tom had not sung for several years.
About 8 years I hadn't
And
sung.
Ray was in a quartet that had just broken up at the time.
But they were lousy.
And they were bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Greg over there, he and his brother had been on the road with a professional singing act, and he moved back to Chicago, and we thought we'd get together and see what it sounded like.
Dolly sisters.
No.
Get it.
Is it difficult for four? It isn't a profession where you're together all the time. Each of you has your own lives. You go off in different directions. Is it difficult to keep a group like this together?
That's right, it is, and that's why we only have one rehearsal a year.
No, 4 different guys.
He's pretty close.
Oh, yeah. But 4 different guys, and they all have different family interests, different job interests, and so it's a very difficult thing to keep any kind of a quartet together. And there are thousands across the country, but they break up and they change and they bring another guy in when another guy leaves and lives somewhere else or something like that. So it's difficult to keep a championship quartet together because you can't bring in another guy, really.
I think one of the things, though, is that this quartet, Tom used to sing with an international championship quartet back 10, 12 years ago. Back in '65, they won the championship. I had been in quartets with my brother, singing medalist quartets back 10, 12 years ago. Ray had been in a medalist quartet, and Butch has sung in thousands of quartets. We all have very many years of barbershopping experience. I think we kind of know what that fine line is that you don't cross, because if you do, the group breaks up. We all have that experience, I think, that permits this group to go on a little bit. And we've come into some rubs. I mean, every group has their days when they battle it out, and we've had ours too. But I think we all seem to enjoy singing together so well. And the sound that was there when we first sung was kind of just a natural thing that just happened. And it all clicked to good.
We made a rule, no hitting.
Yes.
No hitting.
Biting only.
You can talk a little, but no hitting.
Bite, but no hitting.
That's really interesting. Each of you has had the experience of a group breaking up.
Yeah.
You realize that when you get something good, it's special, and it's always fleeting. You don't know how long it's going to last. So you kind of have reached the point of maturity where you appreciate it, and you're trying a little harder, maybe.
I'll say
You got it. Maturity is right.
I'll tell you one thing, though, that I found that it appears to me that every time we've sung shows, we've gone out and sing shows, we just have a ball. We just laugh together and enjoy each other's company. I don't remember ever even having a harsh word hardly between us singing shows. Sometimes when you get a rehearsal and somebody's making a mistake or more mistake than others, you're working and working and working, especially working toward contest. Sometimes nerves get a little edgy, but the shows is the reward.
Let me add one more thing. The thing that we have with this group that a lot of groups don't have is proximity problems. Butch lives pretty far away, and in Michigan. The three of us are in the Chicago area, and to get around the lake is a difficult situation, unless you fly, and we don't fly plane. So we drive, and we meet at the south side at my father's home to rehearse, because he lives in Homewood, and Ray and I are from the Roselle area. Tom's in the city, Butch is from Michigan, so we kind of converge down here. It's a good local point for us to all meet and all share the expense of driving and mileage and whatever. But it's kind of a unique thing that we have in that we all just really love barber shopping. From, I don't know, Butch, what was the first year you were in the society?
71.
71?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've been in it since I was 18, I think. Or
I've been in it
16.
since I was in 7th grade, back in 1946. So it's.
And Ray, he was a waiter at the Last Supper.
Yeah.
He sang with Kit Carson, sang lead.
I think so.
It's interesting about harmony. The harmony that you've been with other groups where you've been able to achieve harmony, but the harmony that you achieve with your voices is only one kind of harmony, and maybe not the most important kind of harmony that is needed to keep a group like this together. There's also kind of a harmony that you have to achieve with your personalities and your characters and your understanding of each other and your tolerance and all that kind of stuff. Could somebody kind of expand on that? Because I think that is one of the things that, as I look at it as individuals, that makes it real interesting about a group being able to harmonize in every sense of the word.
I'd say one thing, you cannot be thin-skinned. Because if you are, everybody gives you the rib that day, We kid each other, and it doesn't make, everybody laughs about it. I mean, we're all pretty good-natured about it.
I think one of the things is when one of us has a bad day, and occasionally happens, somebody's tired, they just had the heck beat out of them at work, or they've been in traffic all day, it's been a tough day, or they just lost a big deal or something. We get together and we're having a rehearsal, and you kind of look around, you can see it in the guy's eyes that he's just beat it. We say, hey, let's sit down, we talk, we have a cup of cider, coffee, whatever. Maybe we talk about business, and we break it up early because we know each other. We know what our limits are, and we just say, hey, let's forget it. No need to knock on ourselves here, and we go off. So I think we nip a lot of stuff in the bud and talk about that harmonious nature, but I think that has a lot to do with it too. We just kind of. Yeah. We think alike a lot, and yet we all have our individual aspirations.
Something that should be said also is that in our society, there's 45,000 members, and wherever we go, the hospitality they show, they treat you like you're members of the family. They bring you into their houses and their families. They way they talk to you, it's just unbelievable the way they treat you. So it's really an experience. For these weekends or these Saturdays going out and singing for
it's an ego
barbershop.
Gratification, definitely.
But you can also look on it as when you're working all week and you're getting nothing but trouble here and there. At the end of the weekend, you're so buoyed up because you're getting response from the audience, you're getting applause. It's like
we're a star
it's a
in your own idiom, but we're we don't have that problem walking down the street and people recognizing us and say, hey, I want your autograph. We don't have that problem, and it's nice because in our own way we can go to a city like last weekend we were in Sarasota. We did a big show down there with an international champ from Texas and a girls group, and they treated us, they roll out the red carpet, hosting dinners and parties, and we're big star kind of people, but we really, we're just
plain old Joe Dokes. When we get back to Chicago, put on your suit and go to work. So it's really nice. We got the best of both worlds, and we have our autonomy. We can work in our own jobs and raise our families and have fun doing that too. But we do dedicate a lot of time to it, and our families, I think, should at this point be spoken of. They do give us a lot of encouragement, and they put up with a lot of times when we're away. I know that we try to bring our spouses as much as we can whenever we go to shows.
I'm a little lucky. My wife Sharon and three of my boys are all members of the barbershoppers.
Are there any barbershop?
My
Barbershop quartets?
my wife's a Sweet Alliance, a member of country chords up in Chicago area. My three boys are members.
Little point of history. Why barbershop quartets and not pool hall quartets or general store quartets?
Let Butch talk about that. He's in the right spot.
Who knows? Other than I do cut hair. But I guess the barbershop was just a good central meeting point on Saturday afternoon or Saturday night or whenever it happened, But it's more of a men's meeting place, and barbershop really is a men's avocation or whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
I think it probably started in the barbershop, but why? I couldn't tell you.
Well, I think...
Because nobody works there,
Yeah, because you're out sitting in barbershop all the time.
Well, back at the turn of the century, when there weren't any telephones and radios and the TVs or what have you, I think the focal point was for people to exchange stories of tales of whose family's having kids and whose barn burned down, whatever, was at the barber shop. They sit around and one guy'd be in the chair and the barber would be talking, and the barber was always the most well-versed, knowledgeable person in town. He knew everything that was going on.
Still the same.
Oh, get out of here. And so what happens is, I think, from that point on, maybe there was a lull in the talking, so one guy'd say, start singing a song. I don't know, but this is kind of what the imagination can take
The
with
barbers were so slow, and like they always are, they had to do something to pass the time.
No, but that's the story,
They
basically.
used to sing Handel's Messiah.
But then what happened is, and this was about 1890, 1880, 1890, 1900, 1910, and then about 1920 came jazz. And when jazz came, barbershopping went down right away. And so what happened was, about 1937, a lawyer in Tulsa, Oklahoma got together with a bunch of his cronies and said, hey, whatever happened to that stuff? That was great stuff. Why don't we do some more of that? So what they did was just laughingly put a group together called the Society for the Preservation and Encouragement of Barbershop Quartet Singing in America.
Incorporated.
Great, really great. Hey, this is fun. And it spread like wildfire. I mean,
a lot of people in the weeds
years
out there that maybe had the same idea or wanted to, and
Sure.
just didn't have the gumption to get it up. So they started forming a chapter, and then pretty soon other chapters formed, and they found themselves with an organization that needed an executive director and a hierarchy. So
Well, it's the international gold medal that you won, but isn't this an American idiom? I mean,
it certainly
what makes
is.
an
It's one of the only few, like rock music and jazz and barbershop, are, I think, the only three idioms of music that are indigenous to the United States. You talked about an international organization. We are in an international organization. Many chapters up in Canada, across the border, that compete with us in our international competition. We also have chapters in Sweden and in Europe, in England. There's a big barbershop faction now. The people, barbershoppers in Sweden and England, have their own little contest and their own societies per se. They follow the barbershop judging system, the qualification system for singing, barbershop harmony, and stage presence in the different categories.
From the U.S., they get help from us.
Yeah.
I just had a call the other night from the English champion barbershop quartet. One of the fellows, the tenor, called me the other night, and they wanted some music from us. So we'll just send over some music. Mm-hmm. They sent us some music. I asked them when I saw them in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
I said, hey, that's a great number. Could we have that? They said, sure. And as soon as he got home, it was in the mail. And so that's how we do.
Are you guys, do you have a natural talent? I mean, are you the kind of guys who could always just sit down and harmonize? I mean, or do you have perfect, I know none of you are musicians per se, are
Not
you?
really. We really don't read music, but we have had, I think it comes from just having so many years of experience of barbershop harmony that Tom has always sung bass. I used to sing tenor, but and I've been singing baritone for quite a while.
Oh, you can't cut it anymore.
And Ray is a natural whiskey tenor, more whiskey than tenor, and Butch has always sung lead. Well, lead is the melody of the song. The bass is usually the fifth or the root of the chord. The tenor is always generally third above the melody, and the baritone kind of fits in whatever is left to make out a barbershop chord. So we can get along. We can get through just about any song as long as the lead knows the melody. We could probably harmonize to it fairly easily.
I think it should be said that this quartet lucked out in as much as many quartets work on the sound very hard to produce a sound, and almost every quartet has a coach, as we had. And what the coach tries to do is get certain voices to change to match better. We never had to do this. We've never worked on our sound in our entire life.
First time we were together,
it just went, it's just
like that.
Oh, sure.
It was really and what a joy.
And during our championship year, after we did win, we did have the pleasure of going over to Sweden and Norway and entertain over there and visit some of the Swedish chapters, and you talk about fun.
That was terrific.
Hospitality.
Barbershopping knows no boundaries. It crosses the oceans, and
we've got them in Guam and Japan and
all
Are there
over.
barbershop groupies? Like the Beatles had
yes,
Sure, there are people that just
people who love.
For example, we did the tour. They invited us to come over to Sweden, and we went, all expenses paid trip. Our wives were able to come as well, and their hospitality was just second to none, and we got a chance to meet some
and about
unbelievable
75 people came with 75 to 100 people were offered a trip to take the trip with us.
And about out of 75, what would you say? 35 of those knew us very well and were kind of followers of our group, and the other 75 just knew our name and barbershopping and wanted to come.
Okay.